look at what we've seen as it relates to the coaching search. And I love Josh McCown. This pains me. This pains me to articulate it. I've written about it. It was something that popped up Friday, late afternoon, early evening, that they actually interviewed Josh McCown, who's still a player, for the head coaching position. For the head coaching position, not quarterback coach, not quality control. They interviewed Josh McCown, who has never coached at any level above high school. Because remember, he was doing that like part-time with the Eagles last
Friday
year.
He would come in,
Yeah. He's never coached high-level football. They interviewed him to be the head coach of an NFL franchise, which, again, I love Josh McCown. It makes a mockery of the process. It's a middle finger to all the other coaches out there, white or black, who have worked their way up, who have put in their time, who are qualified. You know, we hear a guy gets hired. Fritz Paul Alliance has no problem with Urban Meyer going to the Jaguars because he's qualified. Well, there's always going to be a white coach who's qualified. There's always going to be a black coach who's qualified. The question is, who's going to get the job? And when you start considering white coaches who aren't qualified, that's when people start saying something stinks here.
Well, definitely. That's exactly it. And, I mean, just the interview alone there, I'm with you. Josh McCown, I love him. I mean, he's a great guy. He really is. I played with his brother Luke in Tampa Bay. It's a great family altogether. I have no doubts that Josh McCown could one day be an unbelievable head coach in the NFL. I don't doubt that at all. That's a football family. They're all about it. But to just say you can go to quarterback and then to head coach in the NFL, that's insanity. That's stupid. And, I mean, if I'm Deshaun Watson and I see that, that alone makes me go, what? What are we talking? We weren't going to interview Eric Bieniemy, but we brought in Josh McCown? What? Like, what are we doing? And that's why Houston's got to watch out. I mean, you're never going to have this problem because of the salary cap and free agency in the NFL. But, man, I guarantee if you talk to most of the league, they're going to go, I don't really want to play for the Houston Texans. I'm going to try to avoid that franchise.
And I don't fault Josh McCown for doing it.
Definitely not. Not his fault.
Hey, you know what? If nothing else, it's an opportunity to see what it goes like. And maybe some point down the road, I'll have a real chance to be a head coach.
Exactly.
I fault the Texans. It's an affront to the process. It's an insult to all of the folks out there who are qualified right now to be head coaches. And when you consider they initially didn't seek permission to interview Eric Bieniemy until they eventually did after it was obvious Deshaun Watson wasn't happy about it. And then they completely ignored even talking to Robert Saleh. Do a 90-minute Zoom with Robert Saleh. What do you got to lose? 90 minutes. It's 90 minutes. Talk to the guy. See what you think of him. Maybe you go into thinking, well, yeah, he's really not our guy. Well, hey, he's our guy. You never know until you talk to him. And to interview someone who no one else has even discussed, has even mentioned. His name hasn't come up to be hired by anybody on a staff, much less as a head coach. And again, I think Josh is smart enough to understand where we're coming from. He's just the guy who's the pawn in all of this, and he got out of it the benefit. But I think he's smart enough to realize there was going to be some blowback for this because it's just asinine, and it is an insult to all qualified candidates out there, regardless of background, regardless of race. It's an insult to them that someone who is completely unqualified got an interview. But Chris, hey, when you have somebody completely unqualified who's running the team, this is the kind of stuff that happens.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.